Hello, NFL fans, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about run defense and the importance of run defense. Now, I did a couple of videos prior. One of my videos is the key indicators that determine whether or not a team's going to make the playoffs. And two of those indicators were defensive indicators. One was stopping the run, number one, and number two, points allowed. Giving up the least amount of points. Those are two defensive indicators that determine whether or not your team was going to make the playoffs. And the third indicator was QBR rating, your quarterback, how well your quarterback is performing. Those three indicators, I used the statistics from 2024, and they can give you a good idea whether or not your team is a playoff team or not. Go back and watch my prior video I did on the key indicators. So let's kick off today's video. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the 2024 run defense key indicators, as you can see here. And as you can see, the Baltimore Ravens finished number one, only give up 80 yards a game. And the way this works is any team in black made the playoffs, any team in red did not. If you look at the top 10, 90% of the teams made the playoffs. So this is just a way to show you whether or not your team is trending towards the playoffs. All right. So you get an idea in terms of, where your team stands. This is just run defense. Now let's look at the run defense, and we're going to take a look at just the first couple of weeks. We're in week 3, and these are the stats from 2024. The stats I showed you prior were the 17 weeks of run defense. Now, for the first 3 weeks, the Cleveland Browns has given up only 57 yards a game. Think about that. That is incredible. That is incredible. Cleveland Browns, 57 yards a game. Another shocker, New England Patriots, only 60 yards a game. I did a breakdown of the AFC, and I picked the Patriots to finish, I think it was like fourth place. Based on this indicator, if they can stop the run, that's going to be a problem for the Jets. It was already a problem for the Miami Dolphins already. So Patriots could, based on this, they got a young quarterback. They're trending in the right direction. With the Green Bay Packers at number 3, again, 60 yards rushing a game. That's amazing. And then if you just do the top 10 teams, in terms of giving up the least amount of yards per game rushing, have a record of 20-10. They won 67% of their games. So these guys are trending in the right direction. These guys, although it might not look like it, Cleveland Browns, it may not look like it, New England Patriots, but you guys are trending in the right direction in terms of, defensively. I would have to take a look at how many points per game you're giving up. But this is a key stat. We're going to focus on stopping the run. So this is your first tier. Your first tier is winning at a 67% clip. In the second tier, we got the Detroit Lions, Commanders, all the way down to the Cincinnati Bengals. Here. And in this group, the second tier, they have a record of 15-18. They're winning 45% of their games. So there's a big difference. There's a big difference in terms of winning percentage and the amount of yards they give up. Okay, in the top 10, they're giving up below 100 yards a game. And this second tier, they're all above 100. And now let's get down to the worst teams, right? This bottom half, 22-32, got a 57% winning percentage, but you do not want to be in that bottom half. I looked at the statistics from 2024, 17 weeks worth of games, and any team that finished in the bottom half in this 22-32, only, I think it was like 2 teams made the playoffs. It was 2, maybe 2 or 3. I can't remember. Got to go back and watch the video. But I know one was the Pittsburgh Steelers and the other team, Denver Broncos. Those were 2. I believe there was one more. But if you're in the bottom half, it's going to be hard to make the playoffs. Now, the most shocking thing is the Buffalo Bills. They are 3-0. They've beaten some good teams. Well, actually, they beat one good team. They beat the Ravens at home, but they're giving up 156 yards a game over 3 games, which is shocking. They're 3-0, but they're last in the NFL in stopping the run. I'm shocked. And if you look at the Bills they drafted. Everyone was complaining up in Buffalo. The fans wanted a receiver. The fans wanted a receiver. They drafted defensive linemen because they wanted to stop the run. They got to stop Lamar Jackson. They got to stop, these dynamic quarterbacks. But they are last. They are last in the NFL at stopping the run, but yet they're 3-0. And I think one of the things that, when you have a stat like this and they're giving up a lot of points and they're giving up a lot of, yards on the ground. If you have a quarterback performing at a high level, which they do, they have Superman up in Buffalo. They have Superman up in Buffalo. And a good quarterback can fix a lot of this stuff. Big up to the Buffalo Bills. They're 3-0. They got a home game coming up against New Orleans. I believe they're gonna do well there. Yeah, Giants. We heard a lot about the Giants in that front seven. You know, the linebackers that they got, they're gonna be able to rush the passer. They're next to last in terms of stopping the run. And then the Ravens. Oh, that vaulted Ravens defense we've been hearing about. They gave up 149 yards on the ground for over the course of 3 games. So I know this is a small sample, but we're gonna watch this throughout the season. So please join me. This is one of the things we're gonna be discussing. So yeah, please definitely join me. And where does your team sit? Like where I'm a Jet fan. And the Jets are sitting down here in the bottom half. They got torched by the Buffalo Bills. And Buffalo ran for 200 yards a game on the Jets. Jets have a lot of work to do in terms of stopping the run. But I'm really shocked that the Buffalo Bills are last in the league. Some thoughts, guys. I appreciate any thoughts, comments. Also, where does your team sit in terms of this list? So if you are in the top 10, you're winning games. If you can stop the run, you get guys in third down and long. They're going to pass. You can pin your ears back and go off. Rush the quarterback. You control the clock when if you can run the ball, you can control the clock. If you can't run the ball, it's just the opposite. You're not going to be able to control the clock and keep the other offense, off the field. So stopping the run is extremely, extremely important. And, I like to actually show the tiers here. As you can see, you're in the top tier. You got a 67% winning percentage. And that's where you want to be. Who knows now? 3 weeks from now, this could be completely turned upside down. So, it depends who you play, when you play them, that kind of stuff. I'm shocked Cleveland's number one. First of all, I know they had a good defense, but I'm shocked that they're number one. And I'm shocked at the number 57 yards over a 3 game period. I mean, wow. And I believe Cleveland played the Ravens. So imagine if Cleveland had a quarterback. Oh my God. Imagine if they could score some points. Cleveland would be a serious problem. But unfortunately, they are in quarterback hell right now. Yeah, just really Buffalo Bills, Giants. I'm shocked they're down there in the bottom half. I mean, bottom 3. Ravens, I'm shocked they're down there. Titans didn't really know too much about. I can't really say. Those bottom 3 are pretty shocking. And number 1 and 2 are pretty shocking in terms of giving up the least amount of yards. Cleveland at number 1, New England at number 2, big surprise, and then the bottom 3. It's pretty much, that's how I see it. So, guys, please join me. Get an idea where your team stands. We're going to break down not only right now, we're kind of like doing stopping the run. We're also going to do one in the future on points per game because those two are hand in hand. Stopping the run, points per game can tell you whether or not you're a playoff team. And I think last year the Chargers only gave up 17.7 points per game. It was the least amount of points per game. And I believe the top 10 teams, in terms of giving up the least amount of points, 90% of those teams in 2024 made the playoffs. Go back and check out my video. It's called Key Indicators. Check that video out. Has a lot of good information, breakdowns from 2024. Please check that out. Give that one a watch. And going forward, we're going to be doing more of these videos. Join me. I really look forward to chatting it up. Please subscribe to the channel. Please put some likes in there and some comments. And I look forward to talking to you guys. Peace.